kitchen, welcome to Cooking with Mei. We're bringing it a bit bigger, a bit brighter and a bit better, you know what I'm saying? Today we're gonna be making a concoction of Korean food because bringing in the flavors and that, obviously. I've got a special guest with me today as well. She's an artist, a singer, songwriter, an amazing performer. She's been singing since she was 7 years old, has performed at a range of different venues. She's just brilliant, you know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's bring her in. So proudly to present to you, Svetlana.
Hey girl!
How are you? I'm good, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so proudly here on the tabletop, we have an assortment of different vegetables that you may have seen, may not have seen before. Some oriental, some everyday, you know, type of things. But I will go through that with you. The first dish that we're gonna cook is a noodle base called japchae. A famous dish that is always eaten, well, on my table anyway. And also the Korean pancake. It's so good, but that's for you to wait and see, So here are the ingredients for the japchae, which is the most crucial part because that's what brings out the flavor and just that sauce and just that, you know what I'm saying? What you need is sesame oil, normal oil for frying off the vegetables, soy sauce, preferably dark soy sauce rather than light, because light soy sauce is the saltiness, whereas this is salty and colour. A bit of sugar, although we are sweet enough, you know, but a little extra, and some garlic. So let's begin! So to begin with, we're going to start off by cooking off the japchae. And in terms of vegetables as well, that is really optional. But the main vegetables you use are onions, spring onions, carrots, mushrooms, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But today we're adding a bit more than that. We're going to add some bok choy, bean sprouts, some red pepper. You can use any pepper depending on what you prefer. Okay, so now we're going to start frying off each individual vegetable, just because they fry at a different temperature and just differently. We don't want to cook them off too much because we're going to fry them again with the noodles anyway, and the sauce and all of that stuff. I'd recommend to put your heat or temperature mid-high, not too high that it starts burning, but you just want to get like a char grilled colour. If you want to start putting a bit of oil,
this one?
Yeah, just put a bit of oil.
Okay, tell me when to.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. So you can see they're starting to come a bit more clear.
It smells good already.
Yeah?
I love this.
That's good, that's good. How we do it in Cooking with Mei. Originally done without any meat. So japchae actually means mixed vegetables, translated, yeah. So that's some historical context for you.
Wow.
So that's cool, we can just put that in here.
Okay.
Just to one section. Cool. So yeah, you can use any mushrooms as well in this recipe. Today we're using oyster mushrooms, but like I said, any mushrooms is cool. So as we go, you can just add like a little bit of salt. Yeah. Like I was saying earlier with the banchan or the little dishes that you have on the side, it's usually pickle stuff to cleanse your palate. So it's like you go from a dish to another dish. It's just to cleanse that palate and to really take in those different flavours that come next.
I really like it.
Yeah, it's so good. So I would recommend when chopping your vegetables, when you're doing japchae, is to cut them lengthways because the noodles are long, so it's much easier to eat and to grab rather than cutting them round. Is that what you say, round? It just gives a nicer and easier way to eat. Yeah. That's the sound. Yeah, because we're going to cook it off again later. So you don't want it to become too wet and soggy because then it's going to bite. Last but not least, peppers. So I've let some water boil. So we're gonna put our noodles in there so that they become soft, a lot more clearer. You'll see how they become.
Yeah.
But yeah, so once it's boiled, we can start putting in the noodles gently.
Okay.
And they'll start to separate through time. You know when these are ready once the noodles become very clear. They kind of look like jelly in a way, and they're very loose. So that's when you know they're basically ready. So we're just gonna let that stay in there whilst we end up making the sauce. We're using soy sauce, sesame oil, a bit of sugar, garlic. These are your main ingredients. The important thing about this is you want that kind of salty sweetness to it. So if you need to add more sugar, then go for it. So yeah, that's cool. I'll tell you when to stop. Keep going. Stop. Okay, stop. And then do you want to mix it in? So what I like to do is I like to taste it as it goes. You don't want it overly saucy, because what is beautiful about japchae is that you can see the clearness of the noodles, so you don't want to overpower it with too much sauce so that it becomes really dark and stuff. That is perfect! So now we're just going to put it all together. What I would say is to put the vegetables in first with the noodles and then literally just coat it in the sauce.
Okay. And
that's pretty much it. So whenever you're ready, I'll have the pan on like a medium lowish heat because most things are already cooked. So you don't want to overcook it. These noodles are really sticky, as you can see. So the sauce will help to kind of make it less sticky. So like I said,
that difference is huge.
Yeah, it makes it more slippery. See if you need to add some salt, some more sugar, if you want to add some chili. Usually I would keep this spice free. Yeah, that's pretty much it, and that is your japchae. So easy steps, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so next we're moving on to the Korean pancake, also known as pajom. Here we have a combination of rice flour and plain flour. Today we're using the pre-made packet. If you are doing it from home, it's 2-to-1. So 2 plain flour, 1 rice flour. We're gonna add a bit of fermented soybean. So this is just to give that kind of flavor and goodness, you know.
That's enough,
yeah? Yeah. So what we're going to do once this is done, we're going to leave it to rest. Just let it rise, give it some time to rest, and we come back and cook it. Now we have the batter. We've left it. As you can see, it's a lot thicker from when we did leave it. Take our pan and have it on like a medium-high heat, I would say. And then you just want to start putting in, you know, your vegetables that you're going to basically cook. So I'm using here Chinese leaf, some carrots and a bit of spring onion. So we're just going to compact it all together and start to just put it on. So what this does, it just keeps all the vegetables together. Okay, so now that it's kind of looking like this, you then want to add in your seafood. Just be generous with it. So right now we're just using crab. So you can use whatever seafood you wish. A bit of egg so it sticks with the crab.
I need the birds to sing to me. Please sing something sweet, 'cause no one talks to me anymore. We're too busy working, then sleeping, then working. We're too busy working, then sleeping, then working. Life feels so good. Life feels so good. The clouds have took this stage, and the sun has gone its way as we chase what we can't see. And your eyes are tired, so come rest with me. Don't make an excuse or an apology like we're too busy working, sleeping, then working. We're too busy working, then sleeping, then working. Life feels so good. Life feels so good. We're too busy working, then sleeping. Oh, too busy working, then sleeping. It's what we live and breathe. Oh, yeah. It's what we live and breathe. Oh, life feels so good. Life feels so good. Life feels so good. Oh, life, it feels so, yeah. Oh, I need the birds to sing to me. Please sing something sweet, 'cause no one talks to me anymore.